Good morning. Happy Monday, Monday the 15th of December. Are you ready? Holidays right around the corner, 10 days from Christmas. And this is something that I want to talk to you about because it's serious. My wife and I talked about this yesterday. That's why I know it's serious. When my wife talked to me about it, it becomes serious. So when we were talking about a couple of things, what we're going to do this year, and we have, because of our family and the situation, and I think I've talked to you about this, we open presents differently. I mean, like, we'll open some presents on Christmas Eve. We'll open one or two. Christmas Day, we go to our mom and dad. Usually one or two. Then we have, in her case, they have a 2-day family. And if you haven't, you need to check out my wife's social media. She has videotaped of the games that they play, including one that looks like Wheel of Fortune, though it is not. So it's not copyrighted in any way. Last year, we played a game that it was, you had to spin a wheel and do all kinds of stuff. I realized I never listened to any of the childhood nursery rhymes. I could not complete a single one, which is not surprising. And sometimes I knew which was sad, because have you ever been a part of a game or something like this and you knew the answer to someone else's and then it comes to yours and you're like, almost like, you know, it's like hickory dickory dock. It was the one right before. I'm like, I know this one. And then mine is like some strange one I'd never heard of. And I'm like, where in the world? Where did this come from? Time for a quick peek in. Looking at skating in New York. It's the my-snackies.com look-in camp. They are skating away. They're having a great time. The my-snackies.com. Hey, listen, if you have not tried out their freeze-dried candy, you need to. Trust me on that. I'll tell you this, I'm not a candy person, but their stuff is great. You need to check it out. It's my-snackies.com. And we appreciate them. They're a great part of what we do here at the Morning Break. And, of course, Abundant TV, which I think, you know, I forget to say that part, but it is. And I forget to tell people this because, and it's a goof. It's a goof on my part. All on me. I'm going to take the full blame. I know a lot of you are watching via the app. You say you never mention us, Rob, and I do, and I'm sorry. I actually got a message through the app on Friday and asked me this question. That's why I thought I'd do it now. How do you pick the look-in cams? It's a great question. I wish I could tell you there was a scientific formula for the look-in cams. There is not. It is very much random. I get on and I start looking at cams and I go, that one's pretty good. That one looks good. Hey, listen, another thing that's pretty good is the great folks at 7 Weeks Coffee. If you have not had 7 Weeks Coffee yet, you need to order it for yourself or for your friends. 7 Weeks Coffee is amazing, and here's why. If you've never had a short roast coffee, it means it's fresher. Now, whether you get it whole bean, like I do, or ground, or even in a K-cup, it is amazingly fresh, short batch roasted coffee. Now, my wife is super smart, and she got me the 4-pack, which, you know, I'm a dark roast guy. So, to be honest, I would have just gotten all dark roast, but we didn't. Got the variety pack. I loved it. Had an amazing different. It was fun to try the variety. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to be very honest. I stuck with the dark roast, the Faith roast, and I liked it. And it was my thing. And I knew I liked dark roast coffee, always have. So it wasn't seriously that the others were bad. It's just I've always been into that. But you know something that goes great with coffee? It is National Cupcake Day. Now, this is another one of those holidays that I can seriously get into. National Cupcake Day is today. it's kind of like as a very famous person said, it's kind of like your own cake celebration. Cupcake Day today. We'll probably ask our guest Molly today. Uh, wow, that was tough. Having internet problems this morning, but there is the my snackies page, and well, when we come back, hey, Molly's going to be with us. She's going to save me from what is obviously some serious issues.
Behind every precious life, there was a choice. Behind every family moment, behind every special memory, there was a choice. A life of joy. A life that is beautifully and wonderfully made. At 7 Weeks Coffee, we are funding the pro-life movement, one cup at a time. Will you let your coffee serve a greater purpose?
Wow, there was a train wreck. All kinds of stuff going on, and it is not me. I thought it was. Molly, save us. I think it's our I think it's no, it's I thought it was my internet. It is not. It is the
Ooh.
service that we use. And wow, that was completely and utterly a disaster happening there. Their system tried to update us mid part. So you gotta love that. Guys, we're doing live. Please save us. Good morning, Molly. How are you?
I'm great. And Rob, you know what? You are classy all the way through the struggles. Like you are keeping it classy. A lot of people would melt down by now. So bravo. But this is not your first time something like this has gone down, I'm sure.
It's not, and it's weird because it's like where did that their whole system, and I'm sure I will read some email here when we get off, and it will say, yeah, we told you we were doing an update.
Of
You know
course.
how that goes.
They want to release responsibility. But you know what? No matter what, even if you freeze again or whatever happens, I am here. I'm a teamwork. We're gonna make this show happen. The show goes on.
The show goes on. That's it. Hey, it's good to have you here. It's the last Monday with Molly before Christmas. Are you all done with your shopping?
I am done with my shopping. I'm actually like shocked at my own self. So I'm like, we did it. Like this is the first time ever, and there's one package that may not make it in time, but you know what? It's all good. Outside of that, we did well. So I have to give myself one of these because this is the first year.
I still have presents. I still have like 3 or 4 presents I have to buy. I'm now and I'm starting to get, because we rely, I think it's kind of an interesting thing that's going on in our world now. You rely on delivery stuff. You don't go, like in the old days, you'd go to the store and buy it. You'd go to Macy's or you'd go wherever you shopped and you'd buy it and you had it in your hand. Not the case
Right.
anymore.
Right.
You know, you're at the mercy of whoever's delivering it.
Well, first of all, I have family, all my family lives in other states. So it's like everybody's like, psh, and everybody's everywhere else. But then it's like you get the Amazon Prime, you get the faster shipping, and then they'll even gift wrap it for you. So I'm just like, well, thank you. Because otherwise, I remember a couple weeks ago, I wanted to send my dad a birthday card, mind you. A card. It was, in order to get it to him a couple days later from here to Florida. Actually, it took maybe about 5 days. It was 5 days. It was going to be $72 for a card. I'm like, if that's for a card to get it over there, I would have to plan weeks in advance, which takes a lot of planning. I don't even know what gifts people want. So I'm just going to let Amazon do the work. It's like, save some time and headache.
Have you had the situation where and I'm not just throwing shade on Amazon, but on several of the delivery companies where like they deliver it next door?
Oh yeah. In my complex, my townhouse area, there's a lot of the same unit numbers. And so they will just look at the unit number and boop and just forget the street. And so I when we first moved here, I had a neighbor got like 6 packages and she was over us. She was like, I'm over it. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I need those packages back. And at one point we thought she was stealing them, but she wasn't. She was sick. It was this whole debacle. We're like, where did we just move?
I love that our neighbors, it's so funny because like in our neighborhood, we live in a cul-de-sac, and it's really funny because we have one neighbor and it's basically across the street, which is so stupid because it's odd even number, and he gets like half our stuff, and he'll like come over. He doesn't even knock anymore. He just waves. He's like because he knows. I mean, and I tease her a lot, but Kristen is a professional online shopper. Like, it's in fact, we
Olympic
feel
gold
kind of
medal.
lonely if we don't see Amazon or those, especially this season. So from November 1st until Christmas time, and I was talking about that on my open, is we celebrate like 24th, 25th.
Oh no. Come on, Rob. Come back. Come back. Come back. He'll be back. Maybe. Gotta love the winter weather. Little pause. Maybe? I don't know if he knows that he's frozen. But what he was saying, I definitely concur. Amazon just takes over. I mean, they make it so easy. Like, have you got all your shopping done yet? If not, this isn't to make you feel bad, but there's still time. And even if somebody gets it late, a gift is a gift. I actually have one that might be late to a
27th.
I don't even know if he knows he's frozen. Gotta love it. Gotta love it when the system reboot, the weather, all those things. We just get a smile and nod. We get a laugh. We get to have a few giggles. So stand by, folks. There's going to be some good stuff coming. Just wait. We're going to talk about vision here in a second. Let's see if Rob comes back. Rob comes back. Then we'll dive into vision for 2026 and something special. We have a big announcement too for Abundant TV. Let's see if Rob makes a return. Okay. Rob, are you making a return? Okay. Doesn't look like it. Looks like the internet may be having some issues. So I'm going to go ahead and take it away. I'm sure he will be coming back here shortly, and we are just going to dive into today's topic, the motivation with Molly. Okay, perfect. Just letting him know that I'll go ahead and take it away. So anyways, get your Christmas shopping done. I know we all want to get that done. But I want to jump on here because Rob and I always talk about, what's on our heart to be able to just share with whoever, every single show, right? Because the show just isn't about us. It's about what we can deliver, what we can give to other people. And I know that you're in the hustle and bustle of the holidays. I want to give you a quick reminder before I go into vision. Keep the main thing the main thing. Yes, we know the presence, the people, all of the things like those are important, but we can get stressed out. We can get overloaded. We can get into so many different modes that take away from keeping Jesus at the center, keeping him at the center. Actually, was today part of like a 12 days of video, and I was reminded of Luke 2. Luke 2:20, where it talks about, and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have it pulled up, just winging it. Basically, when the shepherds heard, they praised the Lord for what they had seen and what they had heard, for what had already been said that was going to happen. Basically, a king being birthed. We get to praise him that Jesus came down to be like us, right? To be like us. And then how the Holy Spirit used a virgin teen girl to birth such a mighty gift. That tells me that God will use anyone. Don't discount yourself. God will use anyone. So that's a little bit of motivation there. It's just keep Jesus right at the center. Read some scriptures. I actually have a video up on my YouTube channel, and you can look up Molly Trotter Gomez. That's 25 days of Christmas scriptures. All the scriptures are written out in the comments or in the description, but also they are read out loud so you can follow along with it. All right, give me 1 second. I see Rob trying to call me. He's like, what's happening? What's going on? Okay, so he says they're doing some kind of an update. Okay, so I don't know if we are still live, but I'm going to go ahead and just finish it up here, and then we'll call it a day. So when it comes to vision, I want to be able to impart on you with this, in case this is a replay, in case people are still watching live. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But when it comes to vision, we all have a vision of some sort for 2026. There are 4 stages of vision, and I want to impart this on you because I know that you might even have 1 hour a week leading up to the end of the year. And the seeds you sow right now, you'll see the harvest later. So when it comes to vision, vision is so important. And if you don't have vision, it says in scripture, without vision, people perish. Without vision, people perish. So in order to get vision, draw near to the Lord, and he will draw near to you. He will give you, and he will freshen up that vision, maybe remind you or give you a new one. But there are 4 stages of vision, because your vision doesn't just need clarity. It actually needs some TLC, some care. So the 4 phases that I want to briefly walk you through here today. Number 1, vision setting. You have to set the vision. What is it that you want to go for? Set the stage, set the foundation. What is it? And let's get our mind right. Our heart right. Let's get these pieces to make a good foundation and have good soil. It's so important. So we have to set the stage, set the soil. Rob is back. No.
I am here, but I'm not.
You are here.
I'm going to let you go for a second while I fix something, but I just wanted to tell you I was back.
Okay.
You carry on.
I will carry on. Good to see you. You got to love it. You got to love it when it's live. This is my favorite part of being live. Okay, so setting the vision, right? We all have that. Phase 1, set the vision. Get your mind right, your heart right, and believe if God gave you that vision and run it by him. Lord, is this from you? He will give you the provision and the people you need for it. Number 2, casting. So, okay, I have the vision set. Now we're going to cast. And I like to say cast, but then reverse engineer. So we're putting it out there. It's like casting a line for all the people who know or are my, people that fish out there. You're casting that line out in the water. But eventually you have to reel that line back in. So you cast it out there. You're putting it out there, right? That's the most important part. But then when you're reeling it back in, reverse engineering. Okay, so who do I need to become? What do I need to do? What's next? In order for me to achieve this vision, it's going to take time, resources. It's going to build your character. It will test you. There might be some bumps in the road. Actually, I guarantee there will be bumps in the road because anybody with a vision will be tested. Rob is back. Should I keep going?
No, keep going. But I love the reverse engineering thing.
Reverse engineering
is what I do all the time.
Well, it's such a great, it's not even just a great concept. It's a great way of being. So you know, the steps you need.
Yep.
I love it. Yeah, reverse engineering.
I talk about that all the time. I talk about the fact that, and the other thing is I take what other people do and I look at it and I go, yeah, that's pretty smart. I can do that. And so I'll take the steps back from what they've done and go, okay, so they're here now, but if I go back here, and here, I can I can start here.
Yes, it gives you like some tangible like milestones. Not to say things can't shift, but it's like you need those. Otherwise, you have this vision. You're like, I don't know what happens next. Well, you got to go put in the work, put in the plan, right? God wants to co-labor with you, so we get to put in that plan. So the casting, you got to put it out there, but then the reeling back in of the casting is the reverse engineering part to make sure you have those pieces in play. But now the anchoring. This is one, the anchoring and the last one are two that I think a lot of people don't understand. This is a part of vision. When you think of an anchor for a boat, what's the purpose? It anchors the boat in position no matter where the waves are moving. Well, in your life, there will be wind, there will be waves, there might be a little chaos and crazy. So you have to anchor yourself because a vision may take 5, 10, 20 plus years. It could take a long time. It could take a lifetime. But people are so concerned of a timeline to be able to feed it out there to the world. Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. You get to anchor yourself. And how you stay anchored, anchor yourself in the word, anchor yourself in good community, remind yourself consistently, why do I have this vision? Why am I doing this? And really dig deep on the why. I tell people, like, ask yourself why about 7 layers deep, not just 1 or 2. Really dig deep, because then you're going to have a deep anchor, deep roots. So when things are waving around, you're not waving around.
So explain that to people, like the why 7 times. Explain that to people so that they get it.
Yes. So in my line of work, I'm helping people craft their signature story. I'm helping people, build business offers or refine business offers, building a brand, those types of things. A lot of people, they'll ask themselves, why am I doing it? Maybe a couple layers deep, but then they move right to like, I just need to make money. I need to hurry up and get this thing going. Well, then when the wind and the waves come, you're flapping around and you're like, why isn't this working? Because you aren't even solidified as to why you're doing it. So I've done a lot of studies on this. The reason why I say 7 is because when you keep asking why, it takes a little bit longer to answer, takes a little bit more thought. So then you are actually anchoring yourself. So you believe it, because if you don't even believe why, other people will feel that and they'll just keep moving on until somebody else actually has that belief and they can feel that, they can borrow that belief and trust that you'll get them there. So 7 times, it doesn't take everybody 7, but most of the times it's like 5 to 7, I would say. And then they actually get to the root.
And I think for a lot of people, something you said is very true, is they'll have like instant success or quick success, and they don't realize that unless you really plant that foundation, you're toast. Or anchor your foundation. In your case, anchor what you're doing. And so I think a lot of people are they want that get rich quick, or they want success quick. And this, and I do too, is that you can't, that it's not the way it works. You don't have quick success.
Right. My husband
and be success long term. You can have quick success, but in the end, it's not long term then.
Right. And my husband and I were just talking about this yesterday in regards to winning the lottery, right? Because most people who win the lottery win it, but they become worse off than they were because of all that money and just all the craziness that comes with it. We were talking yesterday how we found one guy who won like $2 billion, basically cut that in half. He had to pay that in taxes, but he actually did well and became way better, wealthier, invested in great things. And I was like, this is like an anomaly. This is an anomaly. But that actually goes into point number 4 stages of a visionary leader, like of just the vision that you need to just cultivate. It's stewardship. So if you don't know how to steward, and it's not just your finances, it's your mind, your health, the people that are around you, educating yourself, updating yourself, upgrading yourself. Like there's so many things we get to steward with the way we talk, think, everything we put our hands and mind to, even the music we listen to. I mean, we get really granular. Good stewardship is going to give you good soil to really steward the vision that God's given you. So we have to set it, number 1, cast it, but then reverse and anchor it so it stands the wind and the waves, but then stewardship of all these things. Basically, we're just taking responsibility for ourselves, because a vision can only go as far as the leader grows, as the leader wants to push himself or herself. And so it's not just like, God gives you a glimpse of like, oh, you're going to make this money or have this big impact or whatever it is. It's the person that you become. Because if you don't become the person that can steward it, it's just going to it's like sand, like slipping through your fingers. It's just going to fall. And then it honestly, like people who win the lottery most time are worse off unless they steward themselves, and then they get the gift and then they can multiply it.
And I think the why, I love what you said about that. I almost feel, and this is just me, I almost feel like you need to have at least once a quarter, your why, ask your why again. For me, sometimes it's daily. It's like this live show today. I'm like, why am I doing this? That was my why today. And it's now it's super funny because like I'm running green bells all the way, which is a thing in the background. Everything's green. So it was like all of my funny jokes earlier, obviously, were not, God did not want any of those told. So I'm saving them for tomorrow, God, just in case you're here to disconnect me tomorrow.
Yeah, he might disconnect you if he really doesn't want him to come out. So be careful what you pray for, Rob. Be careful.
I know, but what do you think about that? About asking your why at least quarterly?
Absolutely. You have to, because it's like if you don't, you'll get distracted. I'm just going to say one word, distracted. We're so distracted that social media, the busyness of this time of year, other people will prioritize everything else but ourselves or the Lord or the vision and the mission, the calling that he's given us. And you know what? When I get to heaven, I want to hear like, good job, well done, my good and faithful servant. Not like, hey, you got caught up with all the stuff that really doesn't matter, because it really doesn't. So you have to audit yourself, being like, oh, I need to peel back. And that takes a little bit, it takes practice, but you can do it because you don't want to look back being like, man, I wasted all that time.
Dumb. And I think for a lot of people, I don't know about Molly, because I can't answer for her, but for me, I like to say yes to everybody. I'm a pleaser. I'm an only child, so I'll like, yeah, I can help with that. My wife has been very good at helping me to say no, which is tough. But I think that's a big part of it too, is trying to adjust your life and focusing on your why.
Yes, being a people pleaser, which Rob, I just pray that some of that breaks off in the best way possible, because it's like we want to help, right? You have a servant's heart, so that's the big key there to take away, because we all want to help, we want to serve. And I've just had to get to ask the question. I'm like, Lord, I'm going to get distracted by serving other things, and it may be a good thing, but is it a God thing? Not my will, but thy will. Like, what do you want? Because I don't want to get caught up in a mess where then it just brings on more stress. I'm not trying to rhyme, but apparently this is all rhyming.
You didn't know it. I'm like, wow.
I guess so. So it's
Molly rap before Christmas. We're gonna do.
I don't think so. No one wants to see that. You're gonna lose viewership. People are gonna be like, cancel. So I don't want you to get canceled, Rob. Nope.
Hey, before we go, really quick, because of the whole debacle of the day, we didn't really get to do a lot of fun stuff. Molly is part of a brand new show that we're going to start in January, and it's super cool. And it's not just super cool because it's my idea, which does help, of course. But it's going to be neat, and we're not settled on a title yet for the show, so we're not going to say. But it's women getting together and really talking. And I love something you said, and it's on a granular level. It's kind of talking about everyday life.
Yes, it's the real stuff, not the surface level. It's like, this is the real stuff, so we can be seen, heard, and then get conversations going. It's what's needed.
Yep, it is. It's awesome. Hey, Molly, we will see you after the first of the year. It's crazy to think it's going to be like a long time before Molly's back again. It's going to be like a year. It'll be 2026 before I see you again.
It will be a beautiful start to the year. Rob, I just want to say thank you for having me on the show this year. This has been amazing. I hope that people that are listening, like, they've received some value at some point. So super, super grateful. But yes, we have some great things cooking up for 2026 with this new show and many other things. So stay tuned.
We'll see you guys all again next time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is The Morning Break.